in terms of woke, it doesn't seem like a big subject to many, but I want to point out how woke is one of the right's greatest weapons against the West. I mean, the left. America defined itself as a great melting pot. People from all walks of life can come here, live a life, seek good for themselves, you know? And no society is perfect. Even with America's flaws and shortcomings, you know, people come here because they're seeking a better life, okay? In order for that to take place, the concept of America being a melting pot have to work. But those people who are against that understand one thing. The only way it can be a true melting pot is if every single group, whatever that means, their ethnicity, their religion, their culture, you know, their gender, all those different things that come into the discussions, that we have in the society, has to be able to blend, right? And in order for those different things to blend, they have to be visible. They have to be presented. People have to say, I'm a white woman and we're discriminated against in this way, or we're harmed in that way. And so by the society being able to see and recognize it, then things can be done to impact that. Lady over here says, I'm a black woman, and these are my experiences. I'm an Asian woman, these are my experiences. I'm a black man, these are my experiences. I'm a white man, these are my experiences. I'm a Hispanic man, this is my experience. Whatever the case may be. Or it could be age, it could be disability. There are people with disabilities, right? So everybody in society that has different places that they would be classified in have issues that the only way those things can be resolved, or that they can be meshed into the society properly, that they have to be recognized and distinguished individually. The evil people on the right use woke to encapsulate, to put everybody in one bucket to make them invisible. So anything that they have an issue with, they say woke. We're not even going to deal with the fact that they chose to use a statement from black people that should give you a hint where they're going with this. But this is what happens. If somebody says we need to do more to make things accessible to people in wheelchairs. We need to do more to make things accessible to people who have certain mental issues. The people on the right will call whatever you're building woke, right? So that it gets locked in. Now, what happens by putting everybody in the category of woke, you're tucking them into a pocket where everybody now is less noisy, because all of them have accepted this concept that they're under this category of woke. And then the white people who intend good, instead of understanding that evil white Americans have co-opted this phrase and put it out there, you have white Americans now identifying themselves as being woke, which is ridiculous because we keep telling you it's a non-subject, right? So you start thinking that you supporting different causes makes you woke. No, it keeps you as the same decent human being you've always been. You got to drop the label so you can get free. So now what happens? You have in the category that people call woke, look at what the right is doing. You have people who are black, right? And in the black community, you have people who are gay or LGBTQ, right? There are many black people who don't agree with or support LGBTQ, right? You have people in the white community who have LGBTQ. Some of them are approved and some don't approve. You have people in the Hispanic community. So all these different groups that are pushing for rights, they're being forced to be up under each other. They're being forced to fight a battle that they can't fight together because they don't agree on certain things, right? You have Arab Americans who are being abused, but not all Arabs, not all people from another country are actually Muslim. There's no Muslim ethnicity. Like this guy, one of the Young Turks named Cenk, referred to his ethnicity as Muslim. He's not a Muslim by ethnicity. Muslim is a religion. It's a person applying a religion called Islam, right? A person is not ethnically Christian, okay? Because you have a nationality connected. There's something else happening in that, okay? But now, what I'm saying is that you may have people who may be interested in supporting black people, who are interested in supporting progress of black people. But amongst them may be people who have their own bigotries and don't like Spanish people, whatever the case may be. So when you put all of these different groups together under the category of woke, and everybody thinks that they're fighting against the anti-woke people, they can't move forward as well as they like because they don't support each other that way. America gave everybody the rights to choose which way they're going. And by putting them in a bucket called woke, it's being taken from them. So this is what I'm saying. And now, this is not a book promotion, but to show you what I'm talking about in terms of insight. Back when I wrote my book, Florida is Where the DeSantis Presidential Dream Goes to Die, I mentioned that one of the solutions is not unity in the general sense of unity. That each group that stands for something has to unite amongst themselves and stand on those principles. And every single group has to do that and come at the society from all the different angles from their group. And again, like I said, you see what happened when people did it. You have white women for Harris, black women for Harris. It's saying to these other people who are against Harris, no, we stand with her, we stand with her, we stand with her, we stand with her, and all these different groups. So the same thing in the society, the issues, if LGBTQ has issues, they have to unite and stand stronger on their thing. If Hispanics have issues, they have to unite and stand stronger on their thing, knowing that every single marginalized group is on the same page. It's just that you have to make it clear this group has an issue and give it some attention so the laws and things can be implemented for it. Like, look at the example. America has to stop lying if you want to stop producing liars like Trump. One, all men are created equal. Gil Scott-Heron said, I have become a special amendment for what included me all along, like all men are created equal. Ain't no amendment needed there, but you got a 13th Amendment saying no one should be allowed to be made a slave except according to a felony. So now you have laws that let people start arresting people, put people in prison, and they can get slave labor out of them for 90 cents a day. You don't need an amendment. You need to correct it, indicate this constitutional law right here applies to every human being. Like, stop lying. Over here, they're pushing against affirmative action as if affirmative action means just give a woman a job just because she's a woman to fill a quota. Just give a man a job because he's a man to fill a quota. Give a person a job because they're black or Hispanic or whatever. But it means stop being racist and take the best person for the job no matter what the thing is. And if you stop being a racist, we'll give you credit for doing the right thing. But what do you think the Electoral College is? It's affirmative action for areas that wouldn't even have the amount of votes. Electoral College, where's the diplomacy in it? So anyway, my point is, the issue of woke is being used by the right to confuse the people on the left, because people on the left, like I mentioned in my other video, are like the good Africans who don't understand the reality of what everybody else is dealing with. So woke is just a thing. It's a tool being used to put everybody in a box. There's no social activism connect the woke. The word woke means to be aware of racial injustice, and it was a warning from black person to black person. Black people spoke in codes. If a black man was talking to another black man around 50 white people back in the day and he says stay woke, they have no idea what he's referring to. They have no idea. And then when white Americans catch on to certain things, black people drop it. Black folks ain't going around woke now. As I mentioned in the other video, in my video about the Woke Chronicles, where a man, Peg Leg Joe, a white man who wanted to help black people, gave them the poetry to follow the drinking gourd. And if they were singing follow, they could be right up under the white slave master singing follow the drinking gourd, and they have no idea what they're talking about. But they're reminding each other, if you escape at night, follow the Big Dipper, it'll take you to where you're going. So I'm saying now, you have to stop and pause for a second and believe that somebody knows what they're talking about other than the people you always take from. Even if you don't accept everything I'm saying word for word, consider it, please. Thank you.